As the son of the current celestial master of Mount Longhu, I have no clue about Taoist magic. While my senior brothers use talismans and charms to catch zombies, and peachwood swords, I, on the other hand, put on the celestial master's battle belt around my waist instead. Then I suit up with the ultimate celestial master armor and become the jade-faced Asura. All because I've become the son of the current celestial master in this world. There are 3,600 Taoists in Mount Longhu, all masters of every Taoist skill. The original owner's abilities were no less than those of the previous celestial master, but I didn't inherit any of the original owner's techniques or memories. Then, villagers from Jiyin village rushed to Mount Longhu for help. They said there were zombies, which had bitten several villagers one after another. So the old celestial master told me to take a few yellow-robed junior brothers and go eliminate the zombies, while my mind was busy thinking about how I could keep myself alive. I suddenly bonded with a personal celestial master battle suit system in my mind. A system. Right from the start, it gave me the celestial master summoner as a reward. This should be the spot, senior brother. The morale here is impressive. Let's go into the village and check it out. The Taoist priests from Mount Longhu have arrived. I won't say much more to you guys. I'm going to find the Taoist priest. Village Chief Wang quickly walked straight toward me after speaking. He said, "Little Celestial Master Zhang, we've been waiting for you." How's the situation? Not great. These police officers aren't cooperating. I told them there are zombies, but they refuse to believe it. They insist it's just a beast attack. The village chief immediately chimed in. At this point, the officers also walked over to me. "Chief, who are these people?" "These are Taoist priests from Mount Longhu, and this is the little celestial master, who is also the celestial master's own son." Village Chief Wang hurried to introduce us. Worshippers who frequently visit Mount Longhu to burn incense often call Zhang Qingshao this. I nodded slightly to Captain Zhou. Captain Zhou then greeted me saying, "Taoist priest Zhang, our police have basically finished investigating the case." "We believe that." But before Captain Zhou could finish, I directly interrupted and said, "It's zombies. There's corpse aura, Taoist priest Zhang. Are you sure? This is a major matter involving people's lives. You cultivators can't just say things carelessly." Zombies? Seriously? How could something like zombies exist in the real world? Zombies, huh? That's the funniest thing I've heard this year. When a person dies, all their organs shut down. The very idea of zombies is biologically impossible. What powers a zombie's movements? After death, the body stiffens. So how could it possibly jump around? Besides, once the flesh dies, it's extremely fragile. It starts rotting within days. How would a zombie's body remain intact? If zombies really existed, then all my years studying forensic medicine were a waste. This is clearly just a wild animal attack. You just have to bring zombies into it, trying to make it mysterious, then fool the villagers into hiring you for rituals to make money, right? Jolly, calm down. This female coroner's name is Li Ke. Even Captain Zhou didn't expect Li Ke to be so blunt, and immediately gave her a reminder. Show a little respect. I glanced over at Li, the female coroner, knowing it's hard for ordinary people to accept the existence of zombies, so I didn't bother saying more. I walked up to where the dead villagers were. Let's check the situation first. Before I even got close, I could already smell the strong odor of corpses. Logically, people just died. The stench shouldn't be this strong yet. A junior brother beside me used the celestial eye ability and saw a faint corpse aura lingering above the bodies of these deceased villagers. Be careful, senior brother. There is corpse aura. I nodded and squatted down, planning to lift the white sheets covering the villagers' faces to take a look, but just as my hand touched the sheet, "Don't touch the bodies. The bodies have to be brought back to the station." I glanced up at Li Ke. Li Ke added, "Unauthorized personnel, do not touch the bodies."
It was obviously directed at me.
I ignored her and lifted the sheet anyway. I quickly checked the bite marks on these villagers' necks. Even though I traveled here and lost most Taoist skills the original owner learned at Mount Longhu, basically all supernatural abilities have been reduced to zero. I still remember some basic spells, such as using the celestial eye, the most basic one. After activating the celestial eye, I took one look and saw a mass of black, damp energy swirling around the bite marks on the villagers' necks. The energy was thick and lingering. In this situation, these bodies were sure to turn into zombies soon, without even looking up. I said straight up, Wu Ling Tianzan, you can't take these bodies away. They've all been bitten by zombies. The corpse poison is strong. The corpse aura is thick and won't dissipate. It won't be long before the corpses mutate. They must be burned immediately. Li Ke was shocked. These Taoists are at it again. Li Ke glanced at Captain Zhou. Burning the bodies right here is going too far, isn't it? According to protocol, our department has to take the bodies back for a detailed investigation. Only after ruling out homicide. Can we hand them over to the families? That's how we do right by them. No way, these bodies are full of corpse poison. Corpse transformation is certain. You can't take them away. If they turn into zombies, you won't be able to handle it. I've already said everything clearly. These 4 bodies were all bitten by zombies. They haven't turned yet because it's daytime and there's enough yang energy. But just wait until nightfall. They will definitely transform. My certainty really angered Li Ke, the coroner. This is police business and doesn't concern you, Wu Lian Tianzan. Fine, I've said my piece. If you insist, go ahead and take them. That's all I can say. I didn't try too hard to stop them either. Let's see if she's still this confident by tonight. I went to the other side to chat with the village chief, asking him where these bodies were found. Behind the village, at the reservoir. I had the chief take them over to check it out. Usually where bodies are discovered is the main activity area for the zombie. Since they were found at the reservoir, that means the zombie's lair is nearby. The village chief gathered some villagers and led the Taoist to the reservoir, watching the chief lead the priests away. On the police side, the coroners loaded all 4 bodies into the car, getting ready to head back to the station. Captain Zhou, you and your people go back first. I'll stay and take a look around. Behind the village, at the reservoir, a crowd arrived at the place where the bodies were found. Little Celestial Master Zhang, the bodies were found right here. I nodded. A fellow junior brother took out a compass, which started spinning. Watching the compass spin so quickly, I couldn't help but swallow. Looks like we all underestimated the danger here. I thought the trouble in Jiyin village was just an ordinary zombie. Maybe a green zombie at worst. Didn't expect it would be this terrifying. Way more than we imagined. Now we're in trouble. I glanced up at the sun. The sun is about to set. It's going to get dark soon. It would be too late to go get reinforcements at this point. Let's head back to the village and get ready there. With the cultivation level of these junior brothers, it's way too risky to fight zombies out here in the wilderness. It's safer to head into the village and maneuver there. Let's make preparations in advance, so we can have the upper hand. Jiang Qingshao led everyone back to the village. I asked the village chief to gather all the villagers. Once everyone is called over, everyone comes together. What should we do now?
Tell them.
The village will be extremely dangerous tonight, especially after night falls. So the safest thing to do is for everyone to stay together. Gather everyone to increase our presence. With enough yang energy, it can suppress the zombies to some extent. Secondly, gathering everyone makes it easier to manage. That way the zombies can't pick us off one by one. Then, I had someone put talismans to suppress corpses all over the village committee building. There were suppression posts on all sides. It's basically a safe house now. At this time, some other villagers also brought over a few black dogs and roosters. I squatted down and checked each of the black dogs. Among this group of black dogs, I picked the strongest one, the one with a golden streak on its forehead. This dog is the king of the village dogs. The king of dogs is extremely intelligent and is specially tasked with protecting the village. It's especially brave when fighting demons, monsters, and ghosts. I picked out this king dog. Now everything is ready. Soon the sun fully set, and the sky went dark. By the Jiyin village reservoir, in a very hidden underground chamber, there are more than a dozen coffins laid out. The moment the moonlight shines smoothly on these coffins, strange knocking noises come from inside the coffins. Then more than a dozen humanoid zombies with skin like century-old cured meat stand straight up from the coffins. Their noses and mouths are blowing out black mist. These zombies leap from the chamber, jumping out in search of living energy. Every leap brings them closer to Jiyin Village. Captain Joe of the Jiyin Village Police stands in the shadows. As for tales about monsters and ghosts, to be honest, he doesn't really believe in them. Captain Joe shakes his head, watching the crowd of Taoists busying themselves. He actually wants to see if the zombies they're talking about will really show up. If they don't, he wonders how these Taoists will explain themselves. Captain Joe keeps his eyes on Zhang Chengshao's group, but at this moment he doesn't notice at all that in a long alley behind him, with the thick fog rising, more than a dozen creepy figures are closing in on him. As the zombies get closer, my previously silent compass starts to slowly turn. A pack of black dogs also lift their heads in alert, keeping their tails very low. Everyone, stay alert. Here they come. After these zombies enter the village, the first person they see is Captain Joe, who's been hiding on the side watching. The zombies exchange glances and jump right behind Captain Joe. The evening breeze blows by, spreading the heavy stench of rotting corpses from the zombies, wafting into Captain Joe's nose. What's that smell? Captain Joe wonders. Where is this stench coming from? He looks down. Moonlight shines on his back, and Captain Joe is shocked to see right in front of him on the ground. He doesn't know when it happened, but there are several shadows now. The bright moon has stretched those shadows out long. He suddenly feels a chill down his back. His neck goes stiff.
He turns to look behind him.
The moment he takes a look, he instantly breaks out in goosebumps all over. Right behind him, at some point, there are more than a dozen people in Qing Dynasty official uniforms standing there. No, more accurately, not people, but corpses. And not just corpses, but over a dozen of them looking like dried, cured meat. These guys are standing straight behind him, their glowing green eyes fixed right on him. The zombies. Captain Joe is dumbfounded. The zombies are actually real. The one leading them blows a thick black mist from its mouth and nose, blasting the intense stench right into Captain Joe's face. He immediately feels dizzy and faint. The corpse then raises its abnormally long claws, about to stab them toward his chest. Luckily, as police captain, he's in far better physical shape than average, and has had some training. He reacts quickly, making a roll, barely dodging the attack. He just barely gets out of the way. He then draws his handgun and opens fire. Bang, bang, bang. The bullets hit the zombies, making sounds like metal on metal. But when his magazine is empty, it turns out to be useless. These zombies are no ordinary foes. They have more than 100 years of cultivation. Their bodies are now immune to bullets and blades. Bullets can't penetrate them anymore, and zombies feel no pain. So human firearms do nothing to them. Captain Joe is freaking out. This is insane, watching the zombies all leap at him and rush his way. Captain Joe can't hold it in anymore and shouts, Taoist priest, help me. He didn't used to believe in zombies. A carbon-based life form buried for over 100 years. Would be amazing if it didn't rot and could actually still move. That's just nuts. But there's no denying it now. Zombies are in his face. If he hadn't reacted quickly just now, the zombies might be dancing on his grave already. He's literally scared stiff. He can't help but shout, Taoist priest, save me. The rest of us are stunned by the sudden appearance of Captain Joe. Weren't those officers gone? How is there still someone here? And then a dozen zombies jump out the next second. 2 of them lunge right at his face. You bold fiends. My junior brother King Fa starts chanting a sword spell. The bronze sword on his back lets out a clear ring, and 2 bronze swords are drawn, turning into blue and red, with 2 sword lights shooting out. The sword lights strike the zombies in the chest. These zombies are tough. Thank you, Taoist priest. Weren't you guys leaving? I stayed behind to see what was going on. He wanted to see if we were trying to scam the villagers out of money. But we never charged a cent. I told him to hide inside the village committee building. Once the fight starts, we won't have time to worry about him. Captain Joe runs to the village committee building. A villager opens the door for him to come in. The village chief smugly peeks out the window. So Captain Joe, Wasn't I right? They really are zombies. I told you I saw them. But you all didn't believe me. My eyesight is famous for being sharp. Captain Joe is embarrassed. Who could have expected this? Zombies are actually real. The zombies outside that had been beaten back get up again. Junior brother Kingfa reminds everyone to be careful. These zombies are no ordinary kind. Their cultivation is at least above Liu Jiang's level. Every one of these zombies has a bronze head and iron body. My head is about to explode. I thought we might run into one black zombie at most. But I never expected this many to show up. Are they trying to kill me? In the moment I was stunned. The junior brothers had already started fighting. Fellow brothers, lead the zombies into the formation. Trap them with the golden silk incline formation. Junior brother Kingfa gives the word. The rest of the Daoists react quickly, taking out inclines and arranging the formation. Each outline is stretched out with ink lines. Kingfa brings out a weapon and threads the ink line through. The group works together, using the ink lines to form the array formation, and charge at the zombies. In the blink of an eye, the black zombies are already trapped in the array. I have a room, half of which is rented to the King of Reincarnation. Sometimes it shines a ray of light that no evil spirit in the world can withstand. Other junior brothers start chanting spells as well. The ink lines instantly giving off righteous golden light, bouncing hard off the black zombies, forcing them back. Several Daoists keep the black zombies trapped inside the array while Kingfa pulls out 2 talismans and sticks them on his sword, reciting an incantation. The yellow talismans burst into golden light, empowering the magic swords. Both magic swords shoot straight out, piercing right through chests. A black zombie is instantly killed. Come back. He did kill one. But these black zombies have tough skin and thick flesh, far stronger than ordinary black zombies. Only with a talisman-empowered sword can flying swords barely kill one. After killing one, their spirit weakens a lot. These black zombies are almost at the Miaojang level now. Senior brother can't handle it. The demon taming formation.
It's almost impossible to hold them back.
Disciples controlling the array. Pay attention. If it were only 1 or 2 black zombies, it'd be fine. But there are too many zombies inside the formation. Over a dozen, their corpse energy converges. And with the bright moonlight, the aura is unknowingly amplified. The power of the demon taming array is greatly weakened. In the next second, the spiritual lines will snap. The formation will be broken. Kingfa frowned, realizing things were going wrong. He quickly retreated. At the same time, he threw out 2 fire talismans. 2 balls of flames shot toward the zombies. But the black zombie just opened its bloody mouth, bit down on them and swallowed them directly. These black zombies are so fierce they're not even afraid of fire. A chill ran through Kingfa's heart. He looked around for my senior brother. Where is senior brother? When the black zombies charged just now, he was the first to go up. He got caught up in the fight and didn't pay attention to me at all. Before, when fighting zombies, I'd always charge in with him. This time, when he saw I wasn't next to him, he glanced around. Kingfa, junior brother? I'm just watching from the distance. He's controlling 2 coin-flying swords, then pulls out a peachwood sword, fighting fiercely with 3 black zombies. Sparks were flying everywhere. He shouted, "Senior brother, help! I've only got a peachwood sword in my hand." I'm really helpless here. I want to help too, but honestly, I really can't do it. I'm someone who traveled here from another world. Even if you want me to step up, I really don't know how. I don't want to go just to die. So I slapped the heads of the group of black dogs beside me. Dog King, go bite them for me. The black dog king let out a furious roar, then charged at the black zombies. More than a dozen black dogs plus the black dog king chased and bit 2 black zombies. Those 2 black zombies wanted to fight back, but they were intimidated by the yang energy and glow from the black dogs. Their aura scattered and they got held up. I set the dogs on the zombies, so at least I'm keeping them occupied. They're that tough? Can't break through at all. Senior brother, save me. My sword broke. These disciples have cultivated at MT Longhu for years. Their magic power isn't weak, but they lack real combat experience. They're from the younger generation. They can handle normal zombies, But now they're facing so many experienced black zombies at once. And of course it's chaotic. They're outnumbered. If there were older Taoist masters here, there'd be no problem. But these new disciples are still too inexperienced. They're being beaten back again and again by the black zombies. You can't really blame them. These black zombies have insanely high defenses. Ordinary peachwood swords can't even scratch them. Even coin swords get bent, but can't pierce through. Even using sword incantations barely hurts them. Several junior brothers have been knocked back by the black zombies. Junior brother King Yun slashed with his sword, but his peachwood sword broke. The black zombie wasn't even scratched. Senior brother, my sword broke. He ran toward me. I watched as a black zombie chased right after him, constantly spewing black corpse energy from its nose and mouth. Don't come over here. I quickly grabbed a rooster, wrung its neck, pulled out the peachwood sword from my back, and covered the blade with blood, then tossed it to King Yun. Junior brother, use my sword. Stay over there. King Yun took the peachwood sword smeared with rooster blood, reversed his grip and stabbed forward. Sure enough, it was a lot sharper, but still hard to kill. Rooster blood is powerful, but it's almost midnight now. The yin energy is at its peak, so it's not very effective either. Senior brother, this isn't working. Rooster blood can't hold them back. How about a little of your blood? The Zhang family of MT Longhu Tianxi lineage. Master Zhang Daling's bloodline passed down for a millennium. The blood essence of a Taoist naturally subdues evil, and Tianxi blood is even more powerful. Dog's blood? Rooster blood? They're nothing compared to Tianxi blood. Even the fiercest zombie dies when it meets the Tianxi's blood. I gritted my teeth. In this emergency, I have no choice but to let out some blood. I pull out my dagger, took a deep breath and sliced my hand. Blood oozed out. King Yun handed over the peachwood sword. I grabbed the blade and smeared my blood all over it. Once the Zhang family blood was applied, the spiritual power of the sword easily increased tenfold. King Yun reversed his grip and slashed, beheading a black zombie with one strike. It killed with a single blow, so fierce. Tianxi blood really is amazing. King Yun immediately perked up. The other junior brothers saw this, and all shouted, Senior brother, give me some too. Here, senior brother. I need some of your blood. My blood's not enough. This black zombie over here seems even tougher. Senior brother, give a little extra. It's not enough. I'm going numb here. Seriously. You guys really think I'm an unlimited blood bank, don't you? Does my life count for nothing? My head's about to explode. If this keeps going, the zombies won't die, but I'll bleed out first. That's it. You're trying to kill zombies or just kill your senior brother? I'm a transmigrant. Even if I've forgotten some Taoist skills, I've still got a secret weapon. I've got the Tianxi battle armor from Sign-In Rewards. Always thought it was unreliable, but now I have to use it. If not, my blood will be drained dry. I immediately told the junior brothers to push back the black zombies. Leave it to me and King Fa. The disciples looked at me. They had only killed 4 zombies just now. There are 16 total. There's still 12 left, and they're all lively. Senior brothers' cultivation and power is above us. But 1 versus 12, and they're all black zombies. Can you do it? King Yun tried to hand my sword back. I glanced at him. You keep it. I don't need it. Then what will you use? I'll figure something out. Next second, all the black zombies charged at me. Then I heard in my ear, System, new mission released. Activate the Angel Battle Armor. Complete the first summon. Reward, 5 Thunder's Palm Strike. Tianxi Lightsaber skill unlocked. Armor points plus 1,000. Ding, new mission released. Eliminate the black zombies. Defeating demons will earn you innate golden light incantation. Divine combat technique mastered. Armor points plus 10,000. The system task has arrived. I took a deep breath, okay. If that's how it is, then there's no other way. I took the angel summoner out of my Taoist robe sleeve. My gaze locked onto the fierce black zombies in front of me. Flying swords don't work. Peachwood swords can't cut through. Rooster blood is useless.
Talismans can't suppress them.
If that's the case, I've got a suit of armor, and I know a thing or two about hand-to-hand combat. Let's see what happens. The next moment, I pressed the Tianqi summoner to my waist. Two golden bands of light extended from either side of the device, turning into a black belt wrapping around my waist. I took a golden talisman from around my neck and attached it to the armor's 5 elements belt. Tianqi battle armor, unite. Under the stunned gaze of the black zombies, countless golden rays burst forth from above my belt, like a blazing sun rising in the dark night. Brilliant golden light erupts from my Tai Chi stance, covering my entire body, although I lack the 5 elements spirit veins. But at this moment, the Zhang family celestial master of Lenghu Mountain passed down for 1,000 years. My bloodline boils to its peak. Ancestor celestial master Zhang Daling, one of the 4 great celestial masters of the heavenly court, an advisor at the Jade Emperor's side. My status is right here. The Zhang family's inherited bloodline touches the 5 elements realm. As I activate the celestial master summoner, golden light engulfs my entire body. An ancient armor fusion notification rings out. Ultimate celestial master battle armor. Fusion. An ancient armor fusion notification echoes throughout the village. The aura of the 1,000 masters battle armor appears. Golden energy explodes instantly. The area is cleared out on the spot. Over a dozen black zombies are sent flying 10 meters away. As the radiance fades, my figure is nowhere to be seen, replaced by a golden ultimate battle armor. Dragon body, eagle arms, tiger shoulders, abalone knees and legs. Celestial Master's light shield chestplate and arm guards. Red eye shield shining brightly. Big senior brother. What is this thing? Wait, senior brother, where did you get this title? You're not using your peach wood sword anymore. Going straight to armor now? The junior brothers are stunned, while the black zombies are totally spaced out. When you can't win, you cheat. This is my first time wearing the Celestial Master battle armor. I only feel one thing. Awesome. The 5 elements energy inside me is off the charts. Celestial Master blood pushed to its limits. Power like I've never felt before. I used to think those black zombies had heads like bronze, bodies like iron. Now, they're nothing special. Fusion successful. The system notification sounds. Ding. Congratulations to the host for fusing with Celestial Master battle armor. First summoning completed. Reward. Lightning Palm of the 5 Thunders True Technique. Beginner in Celestial Master's Light Sword Technique. Battle armor score plus 1,000. I extract and fuse them directly. Rotate my wrists a couple of times. Take 1 step forward, looking at these dozen or so black zombies in front of me. Come at me, you guys are the black zombies, right? Let me see how tough you really are. I gesture them over. These black zombies exchange glances. Getting angry, what's so special about a layer of armor? 12 of them charge in unison, jump into the air. Lion's claws slash down. Taoist Master Kingfa's pupils shrink. Senior brother, watch out. I don't panic, don't dodge, don't flinch, just stand there. Lion's claws scrape against my shoulder shield and back plates. Sparks fly everywhere, but there's smoke without a scratch. The ultimate Celestial Master battle armor maxes out defense. I can stand here and take all the hits. Go ahead and hit me. If you can even break my armor, I'll take it off and let you wear it. 12 black zombies slash down with their claws. I don't feel a thing. This is way too strong. This armor is so thick. Senior brother is unbeatable. The junior brothers were worried at first. Now they've realized they worried for nothing. I laugh. Did you guys skip breakfast? Try again. The black zombies are doubting their existence. So tough even their claws are broken and still can't make a dent. Nowadays, Taoists don't even use talismans. They just do armor fusion instead. I sneer, spin around and punch 7 black zombies in the chest. Celestial Master 5 Elements Fire Fist smashes out with 1 punch. The black zombies go flying dozens of meters, leaving a long trail of flames on the ground. They struggle a couple of times, and are gone immediately. Taoist Master Kingfa is dumbfounded by that punch. I one-shotted them. Then look at the 11 black zombies left. Alright, time to take care of you. The remaining black zombies immediately turn to run. If they don't flee, they die. Senior brother, they're trying to escape. Where are they gonna run? I clap my hands together. Celestial Master battle armor's energy field releases. The zombies feel like they're crushed by thousands of pounds. Their feet sink into weak water. Entangled, I couldn't move an inch. I turned the summoner valve on my waist. A golden card shot out from the belt. I caught it between my fingers and threw it. I swiftly drew out the Celestial Master's lightsaber. I turned the belt valve again. 5-gate finishing move. The 5-element energy focused on the Celestial Master's lightsaber. I reversed my grip and stabbed the sword into the ground. The shockwave swept across the area. All 11 black zombies were shattered. They turned to flying ashes. Ding, congratulations, host. Black zombies exterminated. Exorcising demons and evil spirits. Reward received. Innate golden light technique and perfection in Heavenly Tao martial arts. Armor points increased by 10 million. Watching me instantly merge with my armor without saying a word. I wiped out all the black zombies in seconds. The junior brothers at the scene couldn't hold it together. This is way too strong. Believe in science. Armor fusion. Cyber Celestial Master. Tech-based demon slaying. Taoist King Yun glanced at the peachwood sword in his hand that belonged to me. No wonder when I tried to return the sword earlier, you said no need. Turns out the Celestial Master's lightsaber really isn't needed. Who would still use a peachwood sword? After wiping out this group of black zombies, I chose to disengage the armor. Remove the summoner. Still felt like I was in a dream. That power just now was incredible. Compared with the 5 Thunder True technique, the 5-gate finishing move is a bit on another level. I looked at the summoner in my hand. At first, when I crossed over, I signed in and got this thing. I was worried I'd lose to zombies since I didn't know Taoist techniques. But now, with the Celestial Master armor, who needs Taoist skills? Next time I run into zombies, you better pray blessings and the peachwood sword work on you. Otherwise, when I bring out the Celestial Master summoner, it'll be too late for regrets. Inside the village committee office, all the Jiyin village residents were just watching the action. At first, the battlefield was a bit chaotic. The Taoists were in a bit of mess, but it was pretty much a normal fight, at least. But as the battle went on, the villagers and Captain Zhou understood less and less. As they kept fighting, that Zhang, the junior Celestial Master, just went full cheat mode. Suddenly fused with his armor without warning, instantly wiping out all the black zombies. Captain Zhou was stunned. He stood dumbfounded in place for a long time. At first, he only felt his scientific worldview was shattered after seeing my Celestial Master armor. Now his supernatural worldview was shattered too.
Now,
Has Taoist magic at Dragon Tiger Mountain developed this far? Senior brother, you were hiding something this good all along, huh? Still has to be you. The junior brothers all came over. After seeing my armor, their own magic tools just didn't feel special anymore. Blessings from the Venerable of Endless Life. Originally, I wanted to fight the black zombies using Taoist magic, but they pushed us too far, so I had to show a little something. The other Taoists saw all the zombies were wiped out, and the villagers hiding in the committee office came out one after another to thank us. Some people even asked me what that technique just now was called. I scratched my nose. That question was kind of hard to answer. Dragon Tiger Mountain's 5-element true technique. The villagers gave me a thumbs up. Only heard of the 5 Thunder True technique before, but the 5-element one is a first. It's really amazing. I could barely keep a straight face. I just said whatever came to mind. You actually believe me? Who the heck came up with 5-element true technique anyway? The village chief and a few committee members exchanged looks, nodded to each other. He took out a thick envelope from his pocket, handed it to me, Zhang the junior celestial master. This time it's all thanks to you. Here's some incense money. Please accept it. It's a little something from our whole village. I quickly shook my head. Blessings from the Venerable of Endless Life. Village chief, you're being too formal. Jiyin village is in the same city as Dragon Tiger Mountain. And over the years, you've often come to visit the Taoist temple. Of course it's my duty to protect you on behalf of Dragon Tiger Mountain. This is a trivial matter. How can I take money for it? Please put it away. I'm really not accepting it. Taoism values a clear and desire-free mind, with becoming an immortal through cultivation as the ultimate goal. Buddhists use incense donations to cast golden statues, but that's not what Taoists aim for. Buddha needs gold, but the 3 pure ones only require mud statues to Taoists. Even coming to offer incense is seen as a hassle. As for money, It really doesn't matter. The temple is built deep in the mountains, so money isn't really useful there. Especially since Dragon Tiger Mountain is now a tourist spot and makes plenty from tourism every year. We really aren't short on cash. See, I didn't even take travel fees. The villagers were shocked once again. The Doists were still injured, and several of their magic tools were broken. Yet they didn't take a single cent. Captain Joe felt his face flush watching all this from the side. Before, he'd worried we would scam the villagers for money. Really did judge a gentleman with a petty mind. They won't even take donated money, let alone scam anyone. Just as he was feeling embarrassed, he suddenly thought of something. His expression changed. Oh no, at the department, the 4 village corpses sent back during the day. I said before, those 4 villagers were bitten to death by zombies. Their bodies still have a lot of corpse poison. During the day, they looked like normal corpses, but at night they were bound to turn. Back then, nobody believed me. They just thought I was a scammer. At 1 a.m., the darkest, most yin time of the day. Also the easiest time for corpses to reanimate. At the department with medical examiner Li Ke, hopefully everything's fine. I hope everyone's okay. When those 4 9-inch corpses arrived at the station, it was almost dark. Li Ke and another coroner got 2 officers to help move the corpses to the forensic center, deciding to work overtime to finish the autopsies. 4 deaths at Jing Village at once. It was a big deal. Superiors were monitoring the timeline closely. At 11 p.m., most of the day shift cops had already gone home, and there was hardly anyone left in the forensic center. Only the 2 coroners were still working. They checked everything step by step, making reports. When the results came out, Li Ke looked over the report, frowning deeply. The initial assumption was a wild animal attack, but the autopsy showed all 4 bodies had a unique toxin in them. No one had ever seen it before. It spread extremely fast and infected the whole body. He was just about to call Captain Joe. It was past 1 a.m. He took out his phone, and just then Captain Joe called. Captain Joe, I was just about to call you. The autopsy results are out. All 4 corpses have a never-before-seen toxin. It rapidly boosts cell activity and spreads quickly. Where are you right now? I'm at the forensic center at the department. Why? Lee, listen carefully. Immediately push the fire alarm button and get out of there. Those corpses might be about to turn into zombies. Do you hear me? Hurry, press the fire alarm button. At the department, if corpses turn. Captain Joe believes this stuff now too. Wasn't he staying in Jing Village to watch those Doists? Captain Joe, you can't be serious, right? I heard zombies don't even exist. If something really does happen, I'll just... Beside him, the 2 glass doors of the forensic center were pushed open. 4 corpses started hopping around. They jumped out from inside and came right up to him, opened their bloodthirsty mouths wide. The 4 corpses that were originally lifeless now suddenly stood up alive, jumped right in front of him. Fangs even grew out of their mouths. On the other end of the phone, Captain Joe heard a scream.
He realized something had happened.
He wanted to go back to help.
But then he remembered he couldn't handle zombies himself. Even if he went back, he couldn't deal with them. He turned to look at us. The zombies earlier were dealt with by the Taoist masters. He hurried over and told us what was going on at the station, hoping we could help. Boundless Heavenly Lord, Captain Joe. Earlier today, didn't I kindly advise you? I told you there was something wrong with those 4 corpses. I suggested you burn them on the spot, but you didn't listen. You insisted on bringing the corpses back. I made it very clear at the time. If you bring them back, they'll definitely turn into zombies after dark. Now you see I wasn't lying, right? I believe you, I do. Master Jiangzhou Ocean, we really believe you now. Would you kindly come with me? To handle those newly turned zombies, in my humble opinion, the zombies at the station. You should deal with them yourselves. It's getting late. I still have to return to Mount Longhu. I directly refused. I warned you, but you didn't listen. Now something went wrong. You want me to clean up your mess? Handle it yourselves. Isn't that coroner all about science? Let him use science to deal with the zombies. If they had even considered my warning earlier today and burned those corpses, none of this trouble would have happened. You just had to bring them back for scientific examination, huh? If you have so much faith in science, then deal with it using science. We're here in Jean Village, just for routine field work. We'd already been working half the night. That was basically overtime. After finally wrapping things up, now we have to pull another overtime shift in the city. And it's your own mess on top of it. Why should I have to clean up after you? Not one more minute of overtime from me. Captain Joe started to panic. I shook my head and walked over to the village committee building, tore a few talismans off the eaves as I passed. The black zombies I'd used the talismans on earlier for the safe house were all wiped out by me. These talismans are still good. The 4 corpses you brought back are newly turned white zombies. They're weak enough for most people to handle. Just take these yellow talismans and stick them straight onto the zombies. I continued. After you've subdued them, don't remove the talismans. Stuff their mouths full with raw glutinous rice. Can help get rid of dampness. Keep a few black dogs nearby. Or let the zombies bask in the sun. At most a few hours. The dampness will almost be gone. By then, bring some peach tree branches back to cremate the bodies. Be sure to wait until the dampness disperses. Only burn the zombies once they can't move. Captain Joe took the talismans and wrote everything down carefully. Then ran to the village committee, ripped a few more from the window. He originally wanted to take even more. That's enough. How many do you need? Village Chief Wang scolded him. Dozens of villagers were staring. Only then did Captain Joe stop. He hurriedly drove off. I shook my head, packed up my things, took my junior brothers back to Mount Longhu. At the police station, 4 corpses suddenly turned into zombies and came back to life, chasing and biting people all over the station. Complete chaos inside. Stop chasing me. Why are you after me alone? People who were dead started jumping around again. Li Ke was being chased by 2 zombies. Li Ke, be careful. The surrounding officers rushed over, used batons to hold the zombies back. Captain Joe floored the gas pedal, raced back from Jian Village. He didn't even have time to close the car door, rushed in and pulled out a talisman, stuck it right on a zombie's forehead. The talisman flashed. The zombie that was vicious a second ago instantly froze in place, completely motionless. All the officers were stunned. Captain Joe was overjoyed, hurried to the next one, sealed all the remaining zombies with the talismans. Only then did Captain Joe finally breathe a sigh of relief, quickly asked if everyone was all right. Captain Joe, Li Ke got injured just now. She tensed up immediately, hastily went to check. There were a couple of light scratches. On Li Ke's slender arm, the wounds were slightly red. Captain Joe crouched down to check Li Ke's injury. There were still 4 holes bleeding on her arm. The blood was starting to turn black. He frowned deeply. In the past, he never believed in corpse poison. But with zombies jumping around him, he couldn't help but believe now. He'd seen zombie movies from Hong Kong. He knew getting bitten could cause corpse poison. He urgently did first aid, helped Li Ke up. Zhao Chan, take a few people and move these 4 bodies out. Find a place to lock them away. Get some glutinous rice, a black dog, and peach wood. And also notify the families of the deceased. I'll take Li Ke to Mount Longhu first. Everyone, be careful. Don't knock the talismans off their heads. Relax, Captain Joe. We've seen zombie movies. We know about this. Yeah. Let's go then. Where to? Where else can we go? To Mount Longhu to find the young celestial master Zhang. You were bitten by a zombie. Your blood is turning black. You definitely have corpse poison. Seek help before it spreads. I'm not going. Captain Joe was stunned. Is this really the time to be stubborn? Your arm's already chewed up by zombies. Captain Joe, I know my own condition. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not going to Mount Longhu. I'll just go to the hospital. He turned and left immediately after speaking. He didn't want to go to Mount Longhu, partly because of his pride, He was so tough with Jiang Qingxiao during the day. Now he'd have to ask for help. It's normal for someone to feel too embarrassed. Even though he saw the zombies himself and knew what Jiang Qingxiao said was true, he still thought he was a doctor and could handle things even if he was poisoned. Watching Li Ke leave, Captain Zhou got a headache. He can't just force someone to go. Thought for a moment. Decided to ask the young celestial master Zhang for advice. But he didn't have any contact info, so he had no choice but to drive directly to Mount Longhu. At Mount Longhu, when I got back to the mountain, it was nearly dawn. Stayed up all night. My junior brothers all went to rest. I returned to my courtyard, washed up quickly, just about to lie down. A junior brother in a blue robe knocked on the door. I frowned and got up to open the door. Junior brother Qinghai. What's up, senior brother? A layman is outside asking for you. He requested to see you by name. His surname is Zhou. He seemed really anxious. I knew who it was. Could it be that the zombies at the police station weren't taken care of? That shouldn't be. Those 4 villagers just died. Even if they turned, they'd only be basic zombies. People at the station have all trained. Plus, I gave them talismans. They should have been able to handle it. If they could handle it, why come to me? I sighed. Trouble knocking at the door. Always gives me a headache. Got it. I'll go see him right away. Put back on the clothes I just took off. Went to Sanking Hall to meet him. It was very early. Only a few Taoist priests were doing morning chants. Hardly any tourists yet. Only Captain Zhou was standing there waiting. Young Celestial Master Zhang, I finally caught you. There's something I want to ask you. Captain Zhou, what happened this time? Is it about those zombies at your station? Luckily, Captain Zhou said it wasn't about zombies. Those 4 zombies had already been sealed with talismans. They were locked up and being watched. But if it isn't a zombie issue, then why are you here? Just to keep me from sleeping? I finally relaxed a bit. Actually, it's like this. There's a forensic doctor at our station. Li Ke, Captain Zhou continued. He told me about Li Ke's situation. May the Heavenly Lord bring blessings. Where is Dr. Li? Let me see the wound. Just talking to me here is useless. I need to see the person. He didn't come. He got bitten by a zombie himself. And didn't come to Mount Longhu? Does he expect me to make a house call? Li Ke is very proud. After being bitten, he thought he could handle it. Partly out of his own pride, too. I listened and just shook my head. He can handle it? How is he going to handle it? Modern medicine? Get him 4 at the hospital. He thinks it's just a normal virus. People like him. When the toxic dampness kicks in, he won't even know how he died. Ignorance is fearlessness. This is far beyond modern understanding. Yet he still insists on handling it himself. A woman like this is hopeless. Not only stubborn, but incredibly self-confident. Apart from basic toxic dampness, you also need different antidotes at different times. The toxic dampness spreads extremely fast. One careless mistake, and it attacks the heart. Even immortals would just shake their heads. This toxic dampness is so fierce. Even the Taoists on Mount Longhu take it seriously. All I can say is Li Ke is seriously fearless. Someone with a deadly condition like this dares to handle it on their own. For special cases like Li Ke's Master Zhang, is it a big problem? Is it serious or not? Let me put it this way. In his situation, it's like a cop in a crime movie strapped with a bomb, but doesn't even call the bomb squad. So tell me, is it a big problem or not? So what should we do now? Young Master Zhang, we can't just stand by and do nothing. I let out a sigh. Looks like I won't be catching up on sleep anytime soon. How long has Li Ke been infected with the corpse poison? Captain Zhou glanced at the time. Probably less than 2 hours. Then there's still hope. The best treatment window for corpse poison is 6 hours. It's been less than 2 hours. Go find him right now. If the poison hasn't spread too fast, there's still a chance to save him. Young Master Zhang, aren't you going? I shook my head. Our Taoist sect has 3 rules on refusing help. 1. We don't save evil practitioners. 2. If the victim doesn't come to us, we won't help. 3. Those seeking death themselves are not saved. Li Ke fits the last 2. He didn't come for help himself. Plus, he's bringing this on himself. I'm not interested in going. At most, I can help you over a video call when the time comes, and teach you how to treat him. Captain Joe sighed, then turned and hurried out. He kept the call going with me as he walked. He got in the car, stepped hard on the gas, and drove straight to Lee Ke's house. Lee Ke arrived home, first handled his wound himself, gave himself 2 antidote injections, and even ordered sticky rice for delivery. He's seen zombie movies, so he knows eating sticky rice helps against corpse poison. After eating the sticky rice, Lee Ke soon felt his head get heavy, yawned, then laid down on his bed and fell asleep. But he had no idea that his complexion was turning from rosy to pale blue. The blood at the wound on his arm was starting to clot, and fangs were beginning to grow from his mouth. His cell phone by his side kept ringing non-stop, but Lee Ke slept like he was dead, completely oblivious to his phone's ringtone nearby. Captain Joe was a mess of nerves on the road, having already called him several times in a row, but no one ever picked up. At this point, I'm in Longhu Mountain, holding a talisman brush soaked in cinnabar ink, drawing talismans, while talking to Captain Joe on the video call, and started to speak. Blessings and longevity from the Celestial Lord. Don't worry, right now at worst there are only 2. He either fell asleep and didn't hear it, or he turned into a corpse and couldn't answer.
It's just a minor issue, Captain Joe.
Captain Joe, listen to my take on this. Other than feeling completely powerless, I honestly don't know what else to say. Deep down, he's actually very worried about Lee Ke. He's worked with Lee Ke for several years. Plus, I made it sound so serious. He's genuinely afraid that the zombification will go to Lee Ke's head. If he really turns into a zombie, that's a huge problem. Lee Ke's home is some distance from Longhu Mountain. Captain Joe drove for over 40 minutes to get to the complex. He had his colleagues at the station look up Lee Ke's address, and also got the property management to help unlock the elevator. The staff from property management looked totally confused, having no idea why anyone would come so early in the morning. The group arrived on the 12th floor. Captain Joe raised his hand and knocked on the door. He knocked for a long time, but no one answered. His brow tightened instantly.
He knew Lee Ke's car was parked downstairs.
He was definitely home. After knocking so long and still no answer, either he's asleep and can't hear, or he's turned into a zombie and can't open the door. Captain Joe figured no one could sleep that deeply. He immediately decided to force the door open. After so many years as a detective, he was already skilled at picking locks. In no time, he broke the lock. As soon as the door opened, Captain Joe rushed right in. The property management staff followed closely behind. No one in the living room, kitchen, or bathroom. The whole apartment, only the bedroom was left to check. Captain Joe put his hand on the bedroom doorknob. He couldn't stop feeling nervous. He had no idea what he'd see when he turned the knob. He took a deep breath, steadied his nerves, turned the lock, and walked in. There he saw Lee Ke lying on the bed. Captain Joe closed his eyes to focus. Step by step, he approached. Lee Ke seemed to sense something and suddenly woke up. The moment his eyes opened, his pupils turned vertical. That gave Captain Joe a real scare. Damn, Zhao Li, don't freak out. It's me, Zhou Feng. Why are you guys in my house? Did something happen? After all this, you still think nothing happened? Do you remember getting bitten by a zombie at the station? I do, so what? It was just one bite. It's no big deal. I treated it myself after I got home. I took the antidote shot. I'm much better now. Still being stubborn in this condition, the property management staff who came in all shook their heads. Told him to take a good look at himself now. But what he overlooked was, even Einstein, in his later years, went from believing in science to believing in the metaphysical. He's just too confident in science. He lost his sense of awe for unexplained mysteries. Thinks he can solve anything. But in reality, he doesn't understand anything. Blindly fumbling along. How could things not go wrong? Captain Joe looked at the panicked Lee Ke and sighed, not even sure how to comfort him. Captain Joe was full of worry. Now he was driving straight to Longhu Mountain. But even he didn't know if he'd make it in time. Lee Ke's zombie fangs had already grown out. Clearly, This was no small problem. He didn't hesitate for a second and called my video chat again. When the call connected, he immediately pointed the camera at Lee Ke so I could see his condition. Right now, Lee Ke's physical state was really bad. He also felt especially embarrassed and ashamed, thinking back to Jiying village before. I offered him good advice, but he was just so arrogant. He didn't listen to a single word. Now that he's in trouble, he's the one who has to ask for help. I completely ignored how awkward he looked. I just bluntly stated his real condition. His condition was actually pretty severe. The damp poison had already spread throughout his limbs. That's why he grew zombie nails and fangs. But as long as the poison hasn't reached his heart, there's still hope. First, take him outside to get some sun. Sunshine can effectively slow the spread of the damp poison, even if just a little bit.
Luckily,
The morning sun was already fully up. If they'd found this in the middle of the night, even gods would have a hard time saving him. Gotta say, Lee Ke was actually pretty lucky. After hearing my instructions, Captain Joe didn't hesitate at all. Immediately followed my directions, steadied Lee Ke, and helped him out onto the balcony, letting the warm sunlight shine all over him. It's worth mentioning, when Lee Ke struggled to get out of bed, his body was already really stiff. He could hardly move his limbs normally. Even walking was getting super difficult. He could only shuffle forward one awkward step at a time. Captain Joe saw this and was completely speechless. He silently complained in his mind. He just claimed he was fine. Go to the nearest supermarket right now and buy red string, glutinous rice, a mirror, broom, juju pits, bells, those kinds of things. Ordinary glutinous rice doesn't do much against zombies, but there are tricks to using it to slow corpse poison. You need to put enough raw glutinous rice in every pocket of Lee Ke's clothes, and have him keep it on him at all times. He should also eat a lot of glutinous rice porridge and rice. That can help hold up the onset of the damp poison, but only if it's made from fresh, pure glutinous rice. The red string can trap moisture to keep Lee Ke if he rapidly zombifies from hurting others. Jing is the purest essence of water and metal. Light inside, dark outside. It's naturally powerful against evil. It can suppress the dampness. The bell keeps away evil spirits, helping him stay conscious. But all these things only suppress the poison temporarily, and by more time. They only treat the symptoms, not the root cause. To completely get rid of the damp poison, you'll still have to bring Lee Ke to Longhu Mountain. The red string can trap moisture, so rapidly zombifying Lee Ke doesn't hurt anyone during treatment. Jing is the purest essence of water and metal. Light inside, dark outside. Naturally powerful against evil, and can suppress zombie aura. But all these things only keep the dampness in check temporarily, and by time. They treat symptoms, not the root cause. To remove the damp poison for good, you still have to take Lee Ke to Longhu Mountain. Can he still be saved? The damp poison spread from his arm, but it hasn't been long, and preventive measures like the rice and red string were done in time. The corpse poison hasn't gone to his heart yet. As long as it hasn't entered his organs, it's okay. Bring him to the Sanking Hall. I'll go get help from my fellow disciples. Dealing with the corpse poison is complicated. Senior brother Faluyan is better at this. Captain Joe agreed, and brought Lee Ke to wait at Sanking Hall. Not long after, I showed up with several fellow disciples in yellow robes. Jingguang, evil-suppressing and detoxifying talismans, got them all ready for Lee Ke. Stuck them on his forehead. Then made him drink a bowl of talisman water with incense ash added. Lee Ke instantly felt drowsy. Is it okay for him to just pass out like that? How's the situation? That's perfectly normal. After drinking the talisman water, the body will detox itself. He just needs to sleep it off. It's not a big problem. But Captain Joe looked at the darkening sky, worried that the heavy yin energy after sunset could cause trouble. He's already drunk the talisman water. Are you doubting Longhu Mountain? Or doubting the 1,000-year tradition of Taoist talismans? Even if he zombifies, it won't be a problem. This is Longhu Mountain. Let him try turning into a zombie here. 1 second he changes. The next second he's handled. Not to mention there are so many Taoist priests on the mountain. And there's a guy in a purple robe at the Celestial Master's mansion, too. Captain Joe listened to me, thought it over, and realized that made sense. So don't worry at all. As long as he's on Longhu Mountain, nothing will go wrong. With that, I turned to go catch up on sleep. I'd been busy all night in Jiyun village yesterday, and now I've been at this all day. I was exhausted. The night passed calmly without incident. Next morning, after getting up and washing up, I immediately went to Sanking Hall to check on Li Ke. After a night, all of the negative aura had dispersed. The damp poison in his body had faded a lot. His complexion went from pale to healthy red. Even his fangs began to fall out. Overall, he was in great shape. You need to stay on Longhu Mountain for another 7 days for observation. Once all the damp poison is gone in a week, you can go down the mountain. If you listened to me sooner, none of this would have happened. You basically brought this all on yourself. I'll head up to the Celestial Master's mansion at Chengshao. Blessings to you, Captain Joe. I've got things to do, so I'll say goodbye for now. Exiting through the back door of Sanking Hall, passing several ancestral halls ahead, a long staircase leads straight to the mountaintop. The mountaintop Taoist temple is shrouded in a mystical aura. Purple energy lingers endlessly. Cranes occasionally circle the mountain. That is the Celestial Master's mansion. If Mount Longhu has inner and outer sections, the Celestial Master's mansion is the only inner sanctum. Only the Celestial Master has lived there through the generations. Inside are stored the core scriptures and secret techniques of Mount Longhu, scrolls of divine powers, along with the Celestial Master's sword seal, the supreme artifact of the Taoist sect. Even though I am the Celestial Master's own son, I can't enter unless there's a reason, unless summoned by the Celestial Master, or if I become the Celestial Master myself. I ascended the steps to the Celestial Master's mansion. The Celestial Master was already waiting. Sitting across was Marshal Uncle Zhuantong in his red robe. He is the head of the Zhenwu Hall, a peer of the Celestial Master, chief of the red robes, the highest under the purple robe. Have you heard of the 7 golden dragon lions? He asked me if I had heard of the 7 golden dragon lions. I frowned, recalling records and ancient scrolls. The energy of the Western 3 forces gathers the 7 golden energies. It takes at least 500 years of cultivation to be called a 7 golden dragon lion. I finally understood why Uncle Zhuantong came out of seclusion so suddenly. It's simply because these days, even the 7 golden dragon lions have appeared in the world. The scariest thing about the 7 golden dragon lions is how quickly their cultivation grows. Dragon vein energy can strengthen muscles and bones when inhaled by ordinary people. Training with it can fortify the body. Guiding it can lengthen the soul. Even branched dragon veins can protect descendants with great fortune and power, let alone the main dragon root originating from Kunlun. These main root dragon veins are considered the core of the world's energy flow and gathering. They can affect the fate of humans and the rise and fall of nations. Everywhere they pass becomes a place of auspicious feng shui. Talented people are born there.
It's easy for prodigies to appear.
It may even produce people who can change dynasties. The legend of Lu Bowen severing the dragon veins is proof of their might. Such an evil entity as the 7 Jin Dragon Corpse has only appeared once in all of history. That was during the Eastern Han Dynasty. Back then, when Lord Mao chased the fox demon that plagued the people, he accidentally entered the dragon vein and discovered a 7 Jin dragon corpse underground. That corpse had 500 years of cultivation. After absorbing dragon vein energy, its power surpassed even thousands of years old zombies. Infused with dragon energy, it was almost immune to orthodox Taoist arts, with dragon energy empowering its lion body. Usual magic artifacts made of peachwood or for blessings were almost useless against it. Because of this, Lord Miao suffered a huge defeat. He rushed overnight to Mount Longhu, teamed up with the 4th Celestial Master Zhang Sheng, used every trick possible, and struggled for days before finally subduing it. Even an almost ascended Celestial Master with an enraged True Lord had to fight bitterly, showing the ferocity of the 7 Jin Dragon Lion. But whether it was Mao Mountain or Longhu, the 7 golden dragon lion recorded in ancient scrolls, only ever appeared once in the Eastern Han era. That was 1,000 years ago. Successors of the Taoist sect have only read about it in old records. No one thought such a creature would ever appear again in reality. I thought so too, because the birth of the 7 Jin dragon lion is truly too rare and extreme. There are only a handful of main dragon roots in the world, buried deep underground, ever-changing. Even finding a branch is as hard as reaching the heavens. To search for a main root is just like when Emperor Qin sought immortals overseas. No real difference. But now, hearing Uncle Zhuantong mention the 7 golden dragon lions, and seeing the 2 mighty figures present, I immediately felt a strong surge of anxiety deep down. The old celestial master is the purple-robed celestial master of Mount Longhu. Uncle Zhuantong is the chief red-robed Taoist priest. Normally, both are extremely busy with their affairs, and never have time to sit here and chat leisurely. For both the Taoist elder to come out of seclusion and meet with the celestial master in person means this 7 golden dragon lion matter is almost certainly real. I immediately asked Martial Uncle for the details. While I was in seclusion, I performed a divination every day. Starting a month ago, the omens turned ominous. In recent days, my mind felt even more restless, and 3 straight readings were all major disasters. A few days ago, I left seclusion and departed from Mount Longhu to trace the source. I finally found something that looked totally ordinary, but gave off corpse energy, a fragment of a dragon pearl. The reason I called you here this time is to have you bring several well-established yellow-robed elders to follow Taoist Zhuantong and investigate the condition of the dragon vein. If the 7 Jin dragon corpse really appears, then before it awakens, it must be completely killed off in the cradle. Once it awakens, the consequences will be endless. After all, the one with 500 years of cultivation was already terrifying. I nodded to accept the task, knowing full well how important it was. Turning it down was impossible. After all, I'm the next in line as Dragon Martial Celestial Master. As soon as I received the task, a system notification sounded in my ear. A new quest was issued to find the 7 golden dragon lion. The reward includes top-level inheritances like 5 Thunder's orthodox techniques. The rewards are way too generous. There's also the Dragon Martial Fortune Great Talisman. With it, my fortune cultivation is maxed out after absorption. Looks like this journey is a must. Mission in hand, I headed down the mountain to start preparations. Carefully selected several yellow-robed elders with solid cultivation, and assigned sect administrators to accompany us. Of course, the most important thing is still the token passed down by the sect, which can also activate the inheritance left by the ancestors. The avatar projection will guard us against opponents. Everything was ready. The yellow-robed Taoist elders I chose were all set to go as well. Taoist Zhuantong had twin swords on his back, dressed in his red robe, waiting for us with his luggage at the Mount Longhu gate. Once everyone gathered, we set off immediately. Taoist Zhuantong headed straight down the mountain and took us to the bus station to wait for the coach. I was dumbfounded for a moment, wondering if the dragon vein was really in the city. Senior brother, are we heading into the city? Is the dragon vein with the 7 Jin dragon corpse really in the city? I'm not too sure myself. I'll go ask. I walked over to Taoist Zhongshan, who was resting with his eyes closed, to ask. Uncle nodded and confirmed the dragon vein is indeed in the city, reminding us not to accidentally harm civilians when we take action. Actually, Taoists prefer to subdue demons and spirits out in the wilderness. Remote wild areas have few people, so it's easier to operate, and we can unleash all our methods. But in the city, that's just not possible. There are crowds everywhere, making things especially troublesome. Intelligent demons may take hostages. Some people like to watch the commotion and crowd in, and it's hard to cast major spells. Before entering the city, Uncle Zhuantong specifically told us to keep a low profile and avoid drawing attention as much as possible. After a while, the bus arrived. Dragon Spine Mountain is already a popular tourist spot, so there's always a huge crowd. It's normal that there are no seats on the bus. I stood with my junior brothers from Team 3. Standing for this bit of time is nothing for us. After all, we practice daily on Dragon Spine Mountain, and we hold horse stances for ages. But the longer I stood, the more I felt something was off. Something kept brushing against my thigh. Looking down, I saw a chubby hand reaching for my bagua mirror at my waist. I quickly grabbed the hand and sternly asked what he was doing. A little chubby kid immediately screamed on the bus. I dragged him out of the crowd and let go. "Why are you pulling me? Why are you messing with my grandson?" Blessings from the limitless heavenly Lord. It was your grandson who touched my bagua mirror first. I just grabbed his hand. I didn't do anything to him. You can't just touch a Taoist spiritual tool as you please. I'm well aware of that. Some instruments refined by the master Taoist can't be tainted with another person's energy. If they're disrupted, the power of the tool will greatly decrease. Although the bagua mirror won't have its energy field ruined, it's still not something you can touch carelessly. The old lady glared, then turned to look at her chubby grandson. There was a mischievous smile on her face, but she pretended to look pitiful and nodded. "Yes, Grandma. I just wanted to touch his mirror. He wouldn't let me touch it and even pinched me." I cursed that brat inwardly. Can't believe he'd pull a stunt like this. The old lady became displeased immediately. She said, "My grandson just touched your mirror, so what? Did you really have to pinch him? He's just a child. What does he know?" I swear I never pinched him. But the old lady didn't believe me. She said, "My grandson has always been the most well-behaved since he was little. A child wouldn't lie, would he?" She insisted I make things clear, or she wouldn't let me leave today. The old lady started acting unreasonable. I was getting a headache. I glanced at the chubby kid hiding behind his grandma, the one making faces at me. Since even senior uncle said I should apologize, I had to nod and apologize. When the old lady saw Master Zhuantuo step in to smooth things over, plus the fact this wasn't really a big deal, she snorted coldly, then pursed her lips and said nothing more. But I had been wrong for no reason. So there was no way I was going to just let this go? When it comes to fixing unruly brats, I always have my ways. I deliberately slowed down as I got off the bus, walking past the chubby kid's side. Sure enough,
He saw me getting up to leave.
just now, when the chubby kid yanked the mirror, I noticed it right away. I just pretended not to say anything on purpose. The bagua mirror that a Taoist priest always carries isn't something ordinary people can just grab. Since you like stealing that much, then you might as well keep it. Don't lose it, whatever you do. An authentic Taoist bagua mirror reflects the yin, not the yang, shows ghosts but not people. The mirror surface is engraved with bagua runes, which can reveal a fierce ghost's true form. This thing is a ritual tool made specifically for revealing ghosts. In the hands of a priest, it's a powerful weapon for exorcising evil spirits. But in the hands of someone clueless, it's a whole different story. He's just a kid. Let him play with the bagua mirror. Nothing will really happen, even if he sees a few ghosts. It'll just keep him company as a playmate. Let him have a truly memorable childhood. After getting off the bus, Uncle Zhuantong turned around and glanced at the grandparent and child on the bus, then looked at my waist where the bagua mirror had disappeared, and had a knowing but strange expression.
He smiled and said, "You really are a bad guy."
You know how to teach? Uncle Zhuantong really doesn't like bratty kids. When he was young and went down the mountain to catch zombies, his peachwood sword was sawed open by a brat, almost breaking it completely. His junior sister was so mad at him because of it. So when he saw me purposely leaving the bagua mirror for the chubby kid, he didn't say a word. Before, on the bus when he told me to apologize, it was just so we wouldn't waste time on the road, and didn't mean we were backing down. Sometimes, giving unruly kids some unforgettable childhood memories isn't really a problem. After the brat on the bus stole the bagua mirror, his grandma quickly took the ancient copper mirror from his hands, her heart full of pride. Getting something from a Taoist's belongings, hanging it at home will surely ward off evil. She was already planning to hang it up as soon as they got home. But she didn't know that using that thing the right way makes it a ritual weapon against ghosts. Used the wrong way, it's just a disaster magnet. Once all the nearby ghosts show themselves, her house is about to get very lively. After we got off, we were already in the city. We followed Uncle Zhuantong to search for traces of the dragon vein. He held a feng shui compass, sticking a talisman to the compass, which spun rapidly right away. He walked while divining the location, and we followed along, weaving through the city. We crossed roads and alleys, until we stopped in front of a large stadium. Uncle Zhuantong stopped, his face looking bad. I looked at the compass in his hand, where the Bagua runes, spinning fast, suddenly jammed with a click. This is the place. When I used my spiritual vision, I sensed a strong aura. It's where the dragon vein lies. But there's a comic convention inside the stadium now, and it's packed with people. Please don't make these kinds of boring jokes, or we'll have to hold you legally responsible. The police don't buy that story at all. The stadium is legally hosting the Comic-Con. If you call saying there are zombies below and everyone needs to evacuate, you're lucky you're not charged for interfering with official duties. That's when I thought of Captain Joe, and told Uncle Zhuantong not to worry. I'd take care of it. I called Captain Joe right away, told him about the zombies, because others might not believe it, but Joe definitely would. After all, he saw it with his own eyes. Captain Joe immediately understood after hearing, and said he'd arrange things as soon as possible. He wouldn't even delay for a minute. He'd report to his superiors right away, when he saw I had things handled.
Uncle Zhuantong finally relaxed.
But the police would still take over 10 minutes to arrive, so we couldn't just wait at the entrance. He decided to go in and check things out first. But before we even stepped in, a security guard at the stadium entrance stopped us, and politely said sorry. No ticket, no entry. Please cooperate with the ticket check. Uncle Zhuantong was stunned you needed tickets. We didn't buy any tickets at all. We came down the mountain to subdue the golden dragon and lion, not to join the Comic-Con crowd. Luckily, I noticed right away, and saw, besides regular visitors, there's a special cosplayer entrance by the ticket checkpoint. On the convention signs, it clearly says cosplayers can enter for free. I cleared my throat, cupped my hands to Uncle Zhuantong and said, "Blessings to the Heavenly Lord, Uncle Zhuantong. How about we cosplay and sneak in?" Meanwhile, on the other side, a cleaning lady carrying a water bucket and holding a mop came out of the elevator and headed straight to the basement storage room. She'd just taken out the key to clean the room when she saw a terrifying and unforgettable sight. The thick iron door of the storage room had been ripped open in the middle by something. There was a huge hole torn open. That door is actually pretty thick, used by the stadium to store valuable equipment. Usually it takes effort just to push it open. Now, from the torn crack, a large amount of red blood was still flowing out. The cleaning lady was completely scared stiff. She dropped the mop and bucket and ran off immediately. A dark shadow jumped out of the basement storage room right after, chasing the trail of people, and headed straight for the stadium upstairs. That dark shadow smelled the presence of a lot of living people in the stadium. Meanwhile, Uncle Zhuantong was stuck in a crowd of photographers and bystanders. A bunch of cosplayers ran over for pictures as soon as they saw cameras. Within moments, several cosplayers in zombie costumes crowded around him. Uncle Zhuantong looked completely speechless. Just then, the compass he'd been holding suddenly started spinning fast with no warning. The pointer was spinning like crazy. Even the air around seemed to get heavy. The compass, when there's nothing paranormal around, might not move your whole life. But once it starts spinning on its own, it means something bad is coming your way. Uncle Zhuantong instantly knew things were bad. Before he could calculate the exact spot, I'd already locked my gaze in one direction. A strong zombie aura came rushing at me. I said in a low voice, "No need to calculate, Uncle. It's already here." My eyes narrowed. The zombie key is so intense, so powerful it's in my face. I can see the zombie's aura clearly with my spiritual vision. Uncle Zhuantong glanced in that direction too. A terrifyingly dense zombie aura was charging right at us. "Stop taking pictures, stop it. Get out of here. A zombie is coming."
He yelled angrily at the crowd still taking pictures.
"Get out now. Stop taking pictures and go. Zombies are here." "Oh, Door's priest. Here I come. I'm a zombie." A long-legged female zombie cozer hopped over with her hands raised toward him, posing for the photographers. She even reached for the ritual sword on his back. Uncle Zhuantong was furious, but had no time to explain. Seeing that, Uncle Zhuantong breathed a little easier. He had always been worried that once the zombie was resurrected, it would go on a killing spree, turning the place into a bloodbath. After all, back in the Eastern Han Dynasty, even the true Lord of Motion joined forces with the Celestial Master of the Dragon and Tiger sect, and they fought 7 Jin Dragon Lion for several days. Now he's temporarily ignoring ordinary people. Instead, he's set his sights on us. 7 Jin Dragon Lion cultivates by absorbing the energy of the dragon veins, and has attained significant power. He's a mix of both righteous and evil practices. On the other hand, Taoist priests pursue immortality, with refined bone structure, absorbing the spiritual energy between heaven and earth for cultivation. They are all practitioners with skills and spiritual attainment. Among those present, Uncle Zhuantong has the highest cultivation level. Draining the blood of just one of him is equal to the cultivation of thousands of ordinary people. Just when Uncle Zhuantong thought the people around him were finally about to flee, a photographer actually thought that the 7 Jin Dragon Lion in front of him was a cosplayer too, and walked over quickly with his camera. "Bro, your cosplay is freaking awesome. It looks totally real. Come on, look at the camera." Before he could finish, 7 Jin Dragon Lion's Iron Lion Claw stabbed him right in the chest. It instantly pierced through the photographer's chest, the sharp claws thrusting straight out of his back. Watching this unfold, I was utterly stunned. Never expected that photographers these days could be so bold, daring to get right in front of a zombie for a photo. That photographer was dumbstruck on the spot.
He still thought it was just special effects and cosplay.
Was even praising how lifelike it was a moment ago. The next second, he felt a bone-chilling cold run through him, a sharp pain piercing his chest, his heart gripped by a cold claw, and yanked right out. Blood gushed from his back, and he died on the spot. The scene instantly erupted in heart-wrenching screams. "Someone's dead. That's a real zombie. Run, run." 7 Jin Dragon Lion pulled out the photographer's heart and swallowed it in one gulp. The tourists and cosplayers nearby were all terrified, and countless people started running for their lives like crazy. But the exit to the convention was too small. So many people couldn't get out all at once. I told you to run just now, but everyone was too caught up in their own world to move. Now that the zombie is ripping people's hearts out, you finally want to run. The car crashed into a tree. I knew I had snot running down my face after turning. I knew I had shaken off the 7 Golden Dragon Lion. After swallowing the heart, it turned and charged straight toward Uncle Master Zhuantong. Seeing this beast really treating him like an easy target, Master Zhuantong was furious. He shouted harshly, scolding the audacious beast. "You really think this poor Taoist can't handle you? Audacious beast. You really think this poor Taoist can't handle you?" He flipped his hands over, producing 2 talismans. Pinching his fingertips together, he began reciting the Thunder Talisman incantation. "Exorcise evil." Thunder rolled instantly over Uncle Master Zhuantong's body. A silver-white thunder fox kept flashing around him. The 2 talismans flew out, turning into twin bolts of lightning. They struck through the air toward the 7 Golden Dragon Lion. But this zombie had already gained intelligence. It gave a sinister smile, opened its mouth and swallowed both lightning spells. Even the yellow talismans were swallowed as well. It wasn't afraid of orthodox thunder magic at all. Uncle Master Zhuantong began reciting the spirit-slaying and demon-subduing mantra. The ink cord glowed with golden light, trapping the zombie. But it was instantly torn apart by the zombie's claw. It broke the magic and tried to grab me, but I rolled away and dodged it. Uncle Master Zhuantong finished gathering his energy and drew forth the magic sword he'd trained with for decades. He had cultivated innate sword aura for 40 years, capable of slaying with flying swords from 1,000 miles away. Such a person in ancient times would have been called an immortal swordsman, true dragon and tiger. The 9 immortals scripture divides immortals by their level of alchemy: celestial rainbow, spirit mist, wind mist, water mist, fire mist, key mist, soul mist. 9 levels of swordmaster. The swordmaster is also a wine immortal. A top-tier sword can suppress evil spirits, drive away demons, calm disasters, bring harmony. He flipped his hand, and instantly a fiery red sword talisman appeared in his palm. This type of talisman must be personally drawn by a sword cultivator using their own spiritual power. It greatly boosts the sword's magical power. Ordinary yellow talismans can't compare at all. He firmly pinched the sword talisman between two fingers, chanting a sword incantation. Once he cast the spell, the sword talisman burst into dazzling red light. Upon the sacred sword, its power increased tenfold. But that still wasn't enough. He took a red elixir from the gourd hanging at his waist and swallowed it, holding it firmly beneath his tongue. He began reciting the fire god incantation. A fierce jet of crimson fire shot out from his mouth, blasting directly onto the floating magic sword in front of him. The magic sword was instantly enveloped, roaring divine fire turning completely into flames. This was the heavenly fire sword Dao he had mastered. He pointed his sword forward and slashed fiercely. He shouted the word, "Go!" In a deep voice, the magic sword burst through the air. Its fame and spiritual energy reached their peak, killing anyone in its path and cutting through any spirits or ghosts. Nothing could block it. I stood beside them, watching this stunning sight. My heart was surging with emotion. Worthy of being the chief Taoist of Dragon Tiger Mountain in red robes. With this flying sword skill alone, how many in the world could match him? At the convention exit, the crowd was still evacuating nervously but orderly. The police had already rushed to the scene. People who had evacuated heard the deafening sound of sword cries, and all turned to look back. They were instantly all stunned. Everyone exclaimed in shock, "What the hell? There's a fight going on over here. Isn't this supposed to be a Comic-Con? Are you really here to fight? How is that sword flying on its own?" The streamers inside the convention who hadn't made it out yet immediately raised their cameras and frantically recorded the action. There were only tens of thousands in the livestream room at first, but viewership skyrocketed tenfold in an instant. Hundreds of thousands were watching online. The comments flooded the whole screen. Viewership was going crazy. A man who had just squeezed out of the exit saw the livestream footage and got anxious instantly. The man's eyes turned red as he shouted, "Move aside. Let me in. I have to get inside and see. I'm a legitimate outdoor streamer." But in the next second, the police shoved him aside. The police harshly reprimanded him, saying he ran out already, so don't cause trouble at the scene. Meanwhile, the battle between Uncle Master Zhuantong and the 7 golden dragon lion had reached a fever pitch. The divine fire sword sliced through space and stabbed straight at the 7 golden dragon lion. Every sword strike landed precisely on its vital points. Yet the 7 golden dragon lion was tough as adamantine, like an immortal body. A faint purple-black aura covered it all over. The divine fire sword couldn't even scratch it. Uncle Master saw this and felt a headache. Knowing this purple-black aura was Dragon Vein Key. Now all the Dragon Vein luck was gathered in this zombie. Dragon Tiger Mountain Taoist arts specialize in subduing evil. If it were a pure zombie or fierce ghost, it wouldn't last 2 sword strikes from Uncle Master's blade. But the 7 Jin Dragon Lion was hard to deal with because where there's dragon energy, there's always a countermeasure. Flying swords basically had no restraining effect on him, and his body was already exceptionally strong. It's normal they couldn't cut through. We stood off to the side, ready to assist at any moment. Junior Kingfa couldn't help but say, "Uncle Master, today's flying sword is just scratching the surface." I kept silent. It really does feel like it can't cut much. My juniors and I watched Uncle Master Zhuantong, using the heavenly fire flying sword, battling the 7 golden dragon lion. In the past, Uncle Master's flying swords always slew demons and ghosts with unbeatable ease. 1 sword injured, 2 swords killed. But today, when facing the 7 golden dragon lion, the flying sword couldn't break through its defenses after all this time, just scratching at it. Uncle Master was furious and recited the Zhui mantra, making the flying sword's power soar. At the same time, he drew his 2nd magic sword from his back. In the past, those demons and ghosts couldn't even handle the first flying sword, much less need a second one. In his fury, Uncle Master Zhuantong sent out both swords at once. The flying swords went on a rampage, while he himself, wielding the Azure Dragon Sword, charged straight in. Juniors like Kingfa and Kingyun also took out their own magic weapons and charged after him. Kingfa chanted a sword incantation, unleashing the 7-star sword, shining brilliantly, closely following Uncle Master. The other Doists brandished their own magic tools and all rushed forward. Since against this savage 7 golden dragon lion, there was no need for any honor in battle. Uncle Master Zhuantong wielded his azure dragon sword, spitting out roaring flames, combining it with the heavenly fire flying sword for a double attack. Going all out, aimed right at the 7 golden dragon lion. We followed closely behind him, throwing all kinds of magic tools at him, but most of them were useless. Daoist Kingyun began chanting spells, summoning golden light from his magic rope, and threw it at the zombie, wrapping around him several times, binding him tightly. Kingyun was overjoyed at the sight, shouting loudly, "Quick! I've tied him up!" But before he could celebrate, the 7 golden dragon lion used just a little force, and instantly the 5-element Daoist rope exploded into a shower of fragments. Daoist Kingyun was left completely dumbfounded. That rope was his life weapon that he'd refined for over a year, and until now no evil spirit had ever broken free from it. The 7 golden dragon lion's power was just off the charts. After Kingyun's magic rope shattered, the zombie, besieged by all the Daoists, went completely berserk. Uncle Master Zhuantong was about to warn everyone to be careful, but it was already too late. In its rage, the zombie's speed exploded. It became incredibly fast. In the blink of an eye, it leapt up. It jumped right in front of Daoist Kingyun. A claw struck fiercely. Daoist Kingyun reacted instantly. He twisted his body to the side, dodging the fatal blow, but his arm was still viciously scratched. A chunk of flesh was forcibly ripped out. Excruciating pain swept through his whole body instantly. Thick black miasma began to emit from his arm. It was corpse poison. He quickly took out a talisman and applied it, forcefully suppressing the spreading corpse poison. Seeing it failed to kill him with one blow, the 7-tailed dragon zombie leapt angrily at him again. At that critical moment, a bolt of purple lightning thundered from my palm. It was the palm thunder of the 5 Thunders' true art. The purple lightning struck the 7-tailed dragon zombie like a furious dragon, directly blasting it back forcefully, interrupting its assault. The 7-tailed dragon zombie staggered backward, its blood-red eyes locked onto me. It seemed surprised by the power of the thunder art. The 5 Thunders' true art of the Zhang Fist at Mount Longhu is the most powerful among all Daoist thunder techniques. It carries the aura of heavenly punishment. It restrains him, even if just a little, but it only managed to push him back. Qingshao, that was impressive. Seriously. The other junior disciples all turned to look at me. That palm thunder save was truly spectacular. My uncle understood clearly. The 5 Thunders' true art from Celestial Master's mansion does have some effect restraining this zombie. His ordinary thunder techniques and the 5 Thunders' true art are simply on different levels. The 7-tailed dragon zombie leapt up from the ground. Furious, it charged straight at me. Watching the enraged zombie pounce toward me, I was terrified inside. Why is it coming straight for me of all people? My uncle hurriedly tried to stop it with his flying sword, but in its rage, the zombie swatted the sword away with one slap. The rest of my junior brothers weren't strong enough, so they were no match for it. There was no way I would just sit and wait for death. I countered with a 5 Thunders palm. 5 Thunders intertwined in my palm, thundering as I struck out hard. This blow was even more powerful than the palm thunder, but smacking the zombie with it didn't seem to work. A purple aura gathered at its chest. Dragon vein energy protected its body. It used dragon energy in advance to block my 5 Thunders palm. Staring at this stubborn 7-tailed dragon zombie, still trying to attack relentlessly. This evil scripture in front of me. Its true strength is unfathomable. Even for me, there's no guarantee of victory either. You all, hurry back to Mount Longhu and report. We have no choice but to ask the Celestial Master for help. Only then can we suppress this unexpected disturbance. Martial Uncle wants me to leave first. He'll stay behind alone to hold off the zombie. But the 7 gold dragon line is protected by dragon energy. No Daoist spell works on it. In its enraged state, It will be a one-on-one fight against him. I'm afraid it's a life or death situation. I immediately shook my head and said in a deep voice, "Martial uncle." I was stunned for a moment. "Martial uncle, step aside." I stood up and turned to pull out the Celestial Master Summoner from my backpack. I placed the Celestial Master Summoner at my waist. The belt fastened securely around my waist. I pressed the Celestial Master's golden talisman onto the summoner, then turned it. The Celestial Master Summoner instantly erupted in radiant golden light. A surge of powerful energy flooded into my body. Celestial Master Armor Fusion. Armor Fusion complete. Done. I looked at the 7-star Dragon Lion. "Don't blame this poor Daoist. You were the one who started cheating." Martial Uncle Zhuantong, one man and one sword, stood firmly in front of me. He already understood everything in his heart. This 7-gold Dragon Lion is way too powerful. Protected by dragon energy. Unafraid of orthodox Taoist spells. Today's duel is bound to be brutal. Everyone here is the younger generation of Mount Longhu, including me, a Celestial Master descendant. He decided to cover our retreat himself, letting me lead the juniors away first. He wanted me to quickly spread the news of the 7-gold Dragon Lion's awakening to the Grandmaster at once, and to the leaders of every Taoist sect nationwide. He had already planned it out, even if he had to give his life here today. He would not let anything happen to me. I carry the Celestial Master's bloodline of the Zhang family of Mount Longhu, representing Mount Longhu. The legacy of the Celestial Master must never be broken. Second, this 7-Jin Dragon Lion is already so strong. If it got even a drop of my Celestial Master blood, with Dragon Vein energy outside, and Celestial Master blood within, it might really become invincible. At that point, even if the Grandmaster came in person, it might not be enough to defeat it. But he never expected that I would insist on staying, telling him to move aside. His first reaction was that I completely lost it. Even he couldn't handle this zombie, and I wanted to solo kill it? Even though I had mastered the Thunder Law, I was still too young. My cultivation was nowhere near the Grandmaster's. A moment later, he heard the voice from behind him announcing the ultimate Celestial Master. Armor Fusion. Terrifying 5-element energy exploded instantly. Before he could even look back, he felt a surge of overwhelming 5-element energy at his back, completely erupting. And when he turned, golden light burst all across the sky. Standing before him was no longer me, but a set of ultimate Celestial Master armor with a shield on the chest. Martial Uncle was stunned on the spot. Even the 7,000 Dragon Sea charging at us froze in shock. He instinctively wanted to turn and run, but it was already too late. The junior brothers standing by started shouting anxiously, warning Martial Uncle to be careful. Senior brothers here. Martial Uncle's attention was completely on the 5-element energy exploding behind him. He was careless for a moment, not noticing the 7-Jin Dragon Lion sneaking up. He thought he was done for. I took a step forward and grabbed the 7-Jin Dragon Lion's neck from across the air. Golden Celestial Master energy gathered in my palm. I held him fast from a distance and recited boundless blessing of the Celestial Lord. "So you're the so-called 7-level Dragon Lion?" I flicked my wrist and flung the 7-level Dragon Lion hard into the distance. Martial Uncle watched all this. His mind went blank. All the tourists and cosplayers nearby were in utter shock. Just a moment ago, the Taoist priests were being driven back by the zombie. Now, if they couldn't win, they just combined with armor. Even the people cosplaying armor quietly took off their costumes. There was a real zombie here now. So what was the point of cosplaying anymore? I stepped in front of Martial Uncle Zhuantong and spoke solemnly. "It was always you leading us in cultivation before, guiding us to subdue the zombies. But now it's time for a disciple to step up. Leave this 7-Jin Dragon Sang to me." Martial Uncle was still completely dazed at this moment. But seeing that I could handle, this evil creature was clearly for the best. Who wants to die if they can live? He quietly moved aside, curious to see what this armor could do. I warmed up my fists and looked at the zombie I'd thrown. He'd been acting arrogant for so long, beating us up one after another. Loved to get right in our faces to attack. Now let the Celestial Master armor of Mount Longhu handle you. The zombie saw me walking over in full Celestial Master armor, one step at a time, and froze in shock. Just now I grabbed him by the neck one-handed, almost squeezing him to death. The power of heaven's 5 elements from the celestial master armor doesn't come from the Tao, and doesn't represent any orthodox or heretical path. The 5 elements come from nature itself. In fact, this power comes from another place called the Netherworld universe. Five-dimensional celestial master armor suppresses 3-dimensional evil beings. It's a complete dimensional strike. The evil spirits were totally shaken and sent flying. This terrifying power left him completely clueless on how to fight. I pressed forward step by step, moving closer with each step. He retreated repeatedly, dodging desperately. I forced him right up against the wall, with nowhere left to run. He let out a frenzied roar at me, baring his fangs and cursing me for cheating. I've studied many languages since I was a kid, and can even speak ghostly dialects, so I fully understood what he was saying. I couldn't help laughing out loud right then. I shot back, saying it's me who's cheating. As if you weren't doing it first. You started cheating before I did. You're the one absorbing dragon vein energy. Come over here and die. I didn't bother trash talking anymore. I charged at him and threw a punch. This was the Celestial Master's flaming fist. The ultimate Celestial Master gauntlets burned with golden fire, packed with stellar energy to the max. That punch carried an even greater, purer, terrifying heat, and I smashed it down hard. It punched right through his stomach. Holy crap, damn. All my junior brothers were terrified. Who's the real villain here? For real. Senior brother is scarily ruthless. Even Martial Uncle Zhuantong was stunned.
He'd faced this zombie himself,
And knew firsthand how insane its defense was. His own sword could barely scratch it, never even breaking its defense. But my armor punched right through the zombie's belly. This thing really works. The 7 Jin Dragon Lion's stomach burst open, with steam instantly pouring out. Its aura weakened dramatically. I kicked him flying, 10 meters away, and mocked. Is that all you got? I thought you were tough. You can't even take a basic attack. Qingshu, don't give him a chance to recover. When the 7 Gold Dragon Lion is inside the Dragon Vein's range, it can endlessly absorb earth energy to recover. In a battle of attrition, we can't outlast him. That's 7 Gold Dragon Lion from the Eastern Han era, able to battle 2 great powers for days. Aside from the difficulty countering their Taoist arts, it's also because he's bound to the Dragon Vein. He can recover endlessly. I watched as that zombie restored itself, and let out an oh of realization. Little guy, you can absorb the energy of the underground Dragon Vein to recover. This design of yours is actually kind of similar to my Heavenly Master Battle Armor. Heavenly Master Battle Armor can absorb energy from cosmic stars. Which do you think lasts longer, Earth Vein's energy or the sun? Moments later, beneath the stadium, 3 more zombies similar to him were awakened, climbing out from the Earth Vein. Now, in front of me, there were suddenly 4 zombies. A crisp system notification rang in my ears. Ding! Congratulations, host. Task completed. Found the 7 Golden Dragon Lions and received a reward. 5 Thunder's True Method. 5 Thunder Palm. Heavenly Master Light Sword Skill. Mastered Heavenly Tao Combat Technique. Perfected. Complete Dragon Tiger Fortune Collection. Fire Phoenix Spirit Stone. Fire Phoenix Summoner. Extra 50,000 Battle Armor Points. Task rewards have been delivered smoothly. Only now do I understand. When the first 7 Golden Dragon Lion appeared, the system didn't say the task was complete. Turns out there is more than 1 zombie here. Now the task is complete, which proves all the zombies are here now. What a lovely family. You really have to be together. 4 of you, right? Think I can't handle just 4 channels. As I watched, 3 more 7 Golden Dragon Lions jumped out one after another, making a complete set for a mahjong table. Uncle Zhuantong's face instantly turned pale. He originally thought there'd only be 1 at most. He already struggled with just 1. Now there are 4 all of a sudden. How do you even fight this?
he shook his head, thinking even if my armor is stronger.
I could barely suppress 1. But I can't handle 4 the corpse aura of 4 7 Golden Dragon Lions. Boosts each other. Their power has grown exponentially. On the contrary, looking at the 4-7 golden dragon lions in front of me, I didn't panic at all. I said, just the 4 of you? No one else? Then stand still and take your beating. Just as I was about to make a move, the 4 zombies, as if they had planned it out, 2 of them locked onto me, while the other 2 circled around and leapt towards Uncle Zhuangtong and the others. These zombies are actually pretty smart. They plan to have 2 hold me off, while the other 2 deal with Uncle Zhuangtong and the others first, then use my uncle's safety to threaten me into taking off my armor. I immediately sneered, laughing. You guys actually have tactics. Too bad they're useless against me. Glancing at the reward I just received, then looking over at my uncle fighting off 2 zombies, suddenly a light bulb went off in my head. I remembered that Uncle Zhuangtong practices the Heavenly Fire Sword path.
His way is fire-based Taoist arts.
And the reward I just got happens to be the Fire Phoenix Spirit Stone and the Fire Phoenix Summoner. I immediately asked the system in my mind, can my Uncle Zhuangtong summon the Fire Phoenix armor? Moments later, the system replied. The system responded, Master Zhuanshan has mastered the way of heavenly fire. His understanding of the way of fire is nearly at 100%. Pure Mars Village bloodline. He has both summoner equipment and the ability to summon directly. Even the system confirmed it. Uncle can not only summon, but his bloodline purity is even higher than Li Shinan in the original TV series. He's dedicated his life to cultivating on Dragon Tiger Mountain since childhood. All his Taoist arts and martial skills, his fighting technique, were honed in real battles against zombies and evil spirits. He's got battle experience for real, with higher bloodline purity, and a maxed out understanding of the path of battle. His fire techniques are just unbeatable. He's simply the perfect top-level summoner. I didn't hesitate any longer. I flipped out the Fire Phoenix Summoner and threw the artifact over, just as my uncle was busy fending off the assaults of 2 level 7 dragon lions. He turned to look at me, one hand holding a fiery red octagonal stone, the other tossing him the Dragon Claw Summoner. Even though he didn't know what it was,
He knew I wouldn't hurt him.
he reached out and caught it. The summoning method immediately flooded his mind. With the Fire Phoenix Spirit Stone in hand, decades of insights into the heavenly fire path, perfectly fused with the Fire Phoenix Spirit Stone in an instant. The Spirit Stone transformed into glowing light and merged directly into his body. He absorbed all the energy, and his body surged with explosive fire energy,
He put away his sword technique.
and walked straight toward the 2 zombies, armoring up as he walked, even upgraded to Blazing Fire Phoenix mode. Watching all this, I finally realized the correct way to use this thing. I used to think, seeing the TV show, Such a Big Stone, without a transfer system, wouldn't summoners be running around with it every day? Heavy and bulky, basically useless baggage. Turns out this is how the armor should actually be used. All those summoners in the TV series, whether 1st gen or 2nd gen, their bloodlines weren't pure enough, so they needed aid to complete the summon. True 100% pure-blooded summoners can directly absorb the Fire Phoenix Spirit Stone into their bloodstream. Even without the summoner device, they can still summon the armor smoothly. With Uncle's kind of way of fire, maxed out understanding, innately built for combat, the Fire Phoenix armor
Is basically made for him.
not only could he complete the summon on his own, he even upgraded on his very first transformation. At first I thought I might get to talk to him about upgrade forms later. Now it looks like that's not needed at all. That's what happens when an expert uses a high-quality armor. This is what you get. Didn't even need a newbie fainting scene. Uncle just breezed through to become Blazing Celestial Master. The red armor is even sharper and more dramatic than the standard mode. All edges and power. No wonder it's the Dark Realm universe. The strongest armor, second only to the Celestial Master suit. He can feel clearly that the power inside the armor just skyrocketed again. He doesn't even need to take this zombie seriously anymore. Doesn't bat an eye. Hey, he looks at the 2 level 7 dragon lions who just had him on the ropes and can't help but laugh. He beckons to them with a cocky finger gesture. Come on. Let's go, all of you. Bring it. Weren't you the ones who wanted to solo me just now? Come on, try soloing now. I'm in a really fiery mood right now. He breaks into a sprint, takes a huge leap, soars through the air, and throws a massive blazing fire punch. Throwing hands right away. I was about to say, that's not how you use the armor, uncle. But then remembered I pretty much just punched a hole in a zombie myself, with my very first attack. Alright, so uncle's learning from me, huh? But whatever, it's all good. I checked the energy gauge on his chest armor. It's maxed out at 100. Pure blood, full power, perfected way of fire. I bet he could spam ultimate moves for days and never run out. He can fight however he wants. With one punch from Uncle, the first unlucky level 7 dragon lion is sent flying. Smashed through the wall. One punch sent him at least 100 meters away. He's entwined with the blazing celestial master's 5-element flames. He turns into a motionless lump sitting on the ground. Bet even his zombie core got blown up. Instant peaceful sleep, taken out in a single move. Nothing more to say. The other level 7 dragon lion sees his buddy get KO'd and is scared stiff right then and there. I can't believe this old dude can also armor up. Armor didn't get nerfed this season. How is this even fair?
He quickly sizes up the situation
And yells at his only 2 teammates. None of us can handle the red one. You guys deal with the red armor. Let me take care of the gold one. This zombie newcomer has no idea that I just punched through a zombie's gut. I gently turn the Celestial Master ring valve at my waist. Draw the Celestial Master light sword. Activate the light shield. Unleash the 5 elements gate. Aiming the sword at the morphing zombie. Revealing both my armor and true lineage. And then one move. 5 elements heaven's punishment. Sends him packing. The Celestial Master Light Sword upgrades to the Ultimate Celestial Master Light Sword. The legendary 50-meter sword. Gold Dragon Roar appears. The level 7 Gold Dragon Lion trembles as it speaks. So, if I surrender now, can I just lose half my points? Back then, the gym was packed with small fry. Now the level 7 Gold Dragon Lion just stands there frozen, dumbstruck, facing all 5 gates open wide. A massive 50-meter Celestial Master Light Sword, radiating blinding golden light. The cold tip of the sword locked right on him. He curses in his heart. Drew the Ultraman King from the Ultraman cards, huh? Was scared to death by the red armor earlier. Switched sides instantly, but ended up in an even worse spot. He thought the gold one was the easy target. No idea he'd run into Golden Legend. And got blasted in the face on sight. He's done for. Totally finished. All over for real. I hurl the gigantic sword in my hand. The ultimate celestial master light sword. Turns arrow fast in an instant. Pierces right through the zombie's body. Sword embedded in his abdomen. A chill straight through. I turn and gesture single-handedly. The celestial master light sword shines gold and flies back into my hand. A deafening explosion goes off. I hold the light sword. Real men never look back at explosions. Lose half for surrendering? On Dragonbone Mountain, we don't have that rule. Our rule is surrender, and you get cut in half. After the level 7 gold dragon lion gets blown up, the energy from the explosion gathers quickly into a card. Black background, surrounded by ancient Taoist wrinkles. A large lion is printed on the back. The front of the card features a full body image of the 7 gold dragon lion. A system notification rings in my ears. Congratulations to the host for using the Celestial Master's ultimate move to defeat the 7 gold dragon lion. Dimensional ceiling completed. Obtained 7 gold dragon lion suppression talisman. I froze for a moment after getting another one. Previously, I thought only those exotic beasts in TV dramas could drop suppression talismans. The system quickly explained. If the zombie reaches the flying zombie level, using the armor's ultimate move will do the trick. Dimensional ceiling. Collecting the town demon talisman. After the sealed zombie is absorbed by the Taiji belt, it will be completely tamed and can be summoned at any time to help in battle. It's like getting a free fighter. I take down the floating suppression talisman and place it directly in front of the Celestial Master. The talisman instantly turns into golden light and gets sucked into the belt. One more fighter added. But that's just one. Still far from enough. I look toward the zombie that Grandmaster Zhuantong punched. All the way out of the gym. thinking it'd be better to take it for myself than just smashing it. Outside the gym, countless police officers have already set up long barricades, but there are still many bystanders gathered around taking photos. All are young people who just left the comic convention, especially after seeing a zombie get knocked out of the gym with a punch. They just refused to leave. When they saw me come out, they all started to chat. I approached the zombie from 10 meters away, holding the angel light sword, staring quietly at him. There's a black charred mark on his chest from the flame punch. I thought to myself, any creature feels pain when attacked, afraid to show weakness, but zombies don't feel that. Unconsciousness and death. Sleep only happens to living things. So you're still pretending to be dead? I shouted harshly. How dare you keep faking? I twisted the skill wheel on my belt. A wooden character appeared in the air, a giant octagonal angel skill seal. I leapt into the air, spreading angel wings. After slashing with my sword, the seal shattered, splitting into thousands of blue-green fragments aimed at the zombie. Celestial Master's Wind Pierce. One strike. The zombie self-destructed on the spot, compressed into a suppression talisman. I collected 2 suppression talismans effortlessly, thinking to myself, if you don't work hard on cultivation, you'll just be brothers in a suppression talisman. The 2 of you together won't be lonely anymore. The passers-by watching the scene outside the gym were stunned, muttering continuously. Seriously, which one is the real villain here? The guy's already knocked out, and you're still hitting him. So ruthless, huh? Many bystanders nodded secretly. Though the methods seem a bit sneaky, this is how things should logically go. If you have to finish it, just finish it. Never give your opponent a chance to turn the tables. After finishing off the 2 zombies, I turned back to look inside the gym. Uncle Master was beating the zombies barehanded.
He's not comfortable using the Fire Phoenix armor.
Or that outrageously designed Fire Phoenix blade. Uncle Juandong unleashed his explosive flame fist, landing punch after punch. The 2 zombies were almost smashed to pieces by him. I raised my eyebrows and couldn't help but twitch twice. Quickly rushed over to stop his flaming fist. Uncle Master, stop hitting him. You'll kill him if you keep at it. I asked why he didn't finish them with a special move. That junk blade, I really don't want to use it. Design is so unfriendly. Can't even hold it properly. Uncle Master, from now on, once you're facing a flying zombie or higher, try to use the ultimate move whenever possible. If you handle a flying zombie with an ultimate move, they'll drop gear. I explained the suppression talisman thing in detail. Use the ultimate move, and flying zombies will drop suppression talismans. Once collected by the belt, they can be summoned as free fighters. Uncle Master was shocked upon hearing this. They're such a great thing. He was overjoyed, told me to let him have the last hit, so it won't be wasted. I nodded in agreement, holding the ultimate celestial master light sword. On top of the divine sword, a dazzling golden glow. I went straight in for a huge attack with the last 2, which was a little disrespectful to the opponents. This time I decided to handle it the normal way. Weaken them first, then seal. I slashed out 5 golden sword waves. The light blade sliced through both zombies. They were already beaten up by Uncle Master, and now my attacks pushed them over the edge. They were completely baffled, practicing peacefully at the dragon vein. So why did I come out here? I twisted the skill wheel at my waist. 2 skill seal projections expanded, fire and earth overlapping. I released the Celestial Master's Fire Earth Flame Slash, blasting both zombies into card forms on the spot. Looks like now I finally have a full set for a mahjong table. I collected the final 2 suppression talismans, immediately exited the armor combination. Uncle Master walked over. It was his first time using an armor like this, and he suddenly felt like waking from a dream back to reality. Uncle Master, what do you think of this fire armor?
He exclaimed at how mighty this artifact was,
and quickly asked me where I got it, and sheepishly said the Fire Phoenix Spirit Stone was absorbed by him, so he probably couldn't return it, and couldn't give the armor back. I waved it off, telling him to focus on cultivation, since his path of fire fits this armor the best. He's the most suitable one to have it. After Uncle Master accepted it, we walked out of the gym, and cooperated with the police for their reports.